So, New York City socialist Zohran Mamdani resumes his anti-Trump tour today. The New York Times says his plans for free buses and policing were written with the help of other policy aides who, like him, cut their teeth in the Democratic Socialists of America. And until recently, few of the people closest to him had ever worked in the government at all. Like Mr. Mamdani, his aides are notably younger, further left than the advisors of the rival campaigns. All Democrats, by the way. The Democratic establishment, many have spent years fighting it. Here to discuss it is Turning Point USA founder, Charlie Kirk. Charlie, great to see you.
Great to see you, my friend.
All right, first off, on the rise of the socialists,
yes.
Keem Jeffries, not a word. Not a word from Schumer, Dan Goldman. Why not? Where's the leadership?
Well, they're terrified, and they want to be on the right side if he becomes mayor. But it goes to show the dysfunction of the Democrat Party, both here in New York and nationally. And understand, the last couple of election cycles, they were able to quell this kind of AOC socialist base. Bernie Sanders won the primary in 2016, but there were a lot of gamesmanship by Hillary Clinton. He was probably going to win it in 2020. Remember, there were more games with Joe Biden. So that base has been quelled for over a decade. And Mamdani, we're about to hear them roar.
I don't know if there's a moderate base out there for Democrats, which has got to be scary. So let's take a look at what the Mamdani staff would look like. First, you got his influence of his parents. Dad's over at Columbia, filling up those
Isn't that fitting,
minds?
By the way, of all the it's like
Absolutely.
central casting.
Right, absolutely. And then you have his mom, a filmmaker. The guy's got some money. And he's got a rent control department.
That's right. And it's important. The Columbia thing shouldn't be lost. His ideas are an extension of the very thing that we're fighting every single day on college campuses. And undergirding all of this, and you can look at the connective tissue of the radicals, is the public sector teacher unions. They want to get rid of charter schools. They want to get rid of any semblance of school choice. They did a massive press conference on July 9th, basically, and Mamdani said, whatever you want. And Mamdani is the outgrowth of the seeds that were planted by these public sector teacher unions that want to get rid of parental choice and want to keep kids stuck in failing schools here in New York City.
The money is set aside for charter schools that benefit mostly minority communities, and they're going to hurt the people that put them in office in many respects. This is a little bit of the staff of the socialist movement. You have Zara, who is going to introduce him to a cool crowd, a veteran of Vogue, Uber, and presidential campaigns of Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton. And then you have Ellie. Ellie is somebody that also comes from the socialist movement. And then this is basically the staff that's going to fill him up. The word is they're trying to get Bill Bratton to give him legitimacy, but I hope he doesn't do it.
This is a Bolshevik type of group. And I say that with intentionality because they're radical. This is not part of the Democrat establishment. They want to go even further than some of what Mamdani's talked about.
And then check this out. AOC clearly is his mentor, and Letitia James is somebody that wants a job should he be winning, but she's got herself some legal problems. Gavin Newsom, who you sat down with on a podcast, made a lot of news. He wants to fancy himself as the Democratic nominee, taking on Trump again. Now he's saying this. Challenging Donald Trump. He says he's going to redistrict if he doesn't call off the Texas redistricting. Put this out. Donald Taco Trump, as many call him, missed his deadline. Californians will now draw new, more beautiful maps. They will be historic as they will end the Trump presidency. The Dems will take back the House.
Well, his podcast was such a failure, so now he's got to try a whole new shtick. But here's the thing first with Gavin Newsom, is that there's a contradiction in everything the Democrats are doing. They're saying gerrymandering is bad, but we're going to now gerrymander in response. And understand, they've used gerrymandering for years without any sort of reciprocity from the Republican Party. And now finally we have Texas that's saying, you know what, we want to have more minority representative districts. Governor Abbott came on my show and he talked about, hey, this map actually gives a bigger voice to Hispanic Americans in Texas. Look, Gavin Newsom should not be taken seriously with this, but it goes to show that these major Democrat states are run purely for power politics, not the betterment of the citizens of their states.
By the way, they've already maxed it out. They'll probably they could maybe squeeze out a few more seats.
Yes.
But Texas is capable of getting 10 more seats.
Yes, and look, this kind of gerrymandering arms race, this kind of mass proliferation of political maps, no one delights in this, but where did this come from? My home state of Illinois, where I grew up, I mean, you look at some of these maps, it looks like just like random splatterings of paint. Like there's no semblance whatsoever of how these maps come from. New York is heavily gerrymandered. Remember, here in New York, they got rid of Republican seats after the last gerrymandering, redistricting, and map cycle. I'm thrilled that President Trump and Greg Abbott are finally playing offense on this. I think Gavin Newsom's all blessed.
I think Florida will be next, and after that, Indiana, perhaps. Charlie, great to see you.
Great to see you, my friend.
All right.
Thank you.
Meanwhile, that is Charlie Kirk. You did a great job filling in over the weekend.
Thank you.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.